Right, we are live. Okay, cool. So, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I have Ally here with me, and Ally is a yoga teacher, and she's been inside Launch Your Calling. And first off, I just want to kick off and say I love Ally, and I probably say that about everyone I bring on here, but I love Ally. I appreciate how sweet you are and how consistent you've been with taking on the marketing approaches and the launch strategies inside Launch Your Calling. So there's a couple of things that I would love to come across and just kind of discuss in our dialogue today that I think would be beneficial for people watching. But first, Ally, do you want to just share more about your business and why you had initially jumped into Launch Your Calling?
Sure. So I am a yoga teacher. I have a yoga studio in Canada in Bobcaygeon, Ontario. And I teach weekly classes there, but I also teach 200-hour teacher training and meditation courses, and I lead retreats. So right now I'm here in Nosara, Costa Rica. Just led a week-long retreat here, and I lead retreats also in this beautiful lakeland country in the Kawarthas of Bobcaygeon, Ontario. So that's what I do, and I'm also Ashley Turner's apprentice. So I help out with her live trainings in Venice Beach, California, and she kind of was the one that was like nudging me along. She's like, you really, you've hit your reach in terms of what you can do live. Like I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I run the full business myself. And she's like, you're not going to be able to continue to reach as many people as you should be. She's like, you need to be reaching more people. So that's where she kind of gave me the nudge. It was a little bit of a forceful nudge to start working with online and getting comfortable with being on camera and being able to help and reach more people, which is actually such a blessing because I've had many students for many years asking me to do this, and I've just kind of been like, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I remember that. So let's talk about what you've been using Launch Your Calling for. And one of the things I love how you've been just pushing yourself, because I remember when you first started making videos and you were sharing inside the community, asking for feedback. And then you were working on your waitlist page for your Costa Rica retreat. So let's talk about kind of like the before and what you were doing with the Costa Rica retreat. And when you first shared the story with me, I was caught by surprise. I didn't realize how quickly it had accelerated in terms of enrollments. But let's talk about the before the retreat and then kind of what happened with all the feedback and the changes you were making to the campaign.
Right. Yes. Okay. So when I got into Launch Your Calling, I started learning a lot of the tech stuff, which I really like. I really like learning and knowing how to make things like lead pages. Like I didn't have lead pages before this. I didn't have Calendly. I didn't have all of these tools that I now have that make life so much easier. So one of our first assignments was to make our lead page for our online program. So I had been in there doing that, and I thought, well, why don't I make a lead page for my Costa Rica retreat? So I bought a domain name and I made a lead page, and that was all well and good, but I didn't quite do it the way I should. So the community and your team inside the Facebook community really helped me out, because once I put the lead page up and out there, I had a lot of interest, like a lot of interest. I want to say there was like 60 people that were interested, but like nobody was actually signing up. I had like one sign up, and I was like, oh geez, like what am I missing here? So I put my retreat lead page up in the group and said, can I just get some feedback from you guys? I had a couple things that were very unclear on there. And I also kind of just, for me, I had really emphasized the whole being in Costa Rica thing. I was like, thought that was just enough to make people want to come. I was like, we're going to Costa Rica, like, let's go. And that was all, the whole talk was all about that. Like, we're going to Costa Rica was all about Costa Rica. And people were like, there's a million in the group. You guys were like, there's a million retreats in Costa Rica. Like, why why this retreat? Like, what's special about this retreat? And I was like, we're going to Costa Rica. So I really needed some help with that. So another thing that was really unclear was my sign up button just opened an email to me, and it was it wasn't very effective. So I got a lot of feedback from, I want to say like 20 people jumped in and were like, looked at my lead page and gave me all sorts of feedback. I changed everything around. I just had to change where the items were on the page, emphasize why retreat with me. I had to kind of like put, testimonials on there, people who had worked with me, and why would you want to work with Ally and my beloved partner that I was leading the retreat with, Tina. And so we really changed it all around. And then I think one of the key things too was I made a PDF document that was like 15 pages long that really described all of the FAQs and all of the details, all of the logistics. And then there was like, tell me more, download this info package. And then we're capturing the leads. So people were downloading the package. Once they were reading that package, they were like, sign me up 100%. But also we were able to see all of the people who were downloading the package and everybody who was interested in the retreat, and then potentially follow up with them if we needed to, but we didn't even need to. It just immediately started filling. It filled within a couple of weeks of doing that. So
within a couple of weeks, you went from the one enrollment to was it 16 or 18 people?
16, yeah.
Amazing. I'm blown away by that story. I mean, the fact that you're not having to wait and like wonder what's going on and filling live retreats. I mean, all the logistics that go into it. And the fact that you've implemented email capture and nurturing with the PDF, and then you added booking a call. I remember that.
And I did have people book calls. I think I had about 6 calls. So they were easily able to just book it on Calendly.
Yes.
And that took you like, I think 6 times trying to tell me to get Calendly and get people to book a call. I was really like thinking it was going to be really hard to do. It was the easiest thing ever. It took me like 30 seconds.
I love that. Well, and just for those watching, when it comes to live trainings, live workshops and retreats, they're just more logistics. And so we don't always need a booking a call, but when it comes to a longer event, the fact that they have to travel, there are just going to be more questions. And no matter how many times you want to address it over online, sometimes it's just nice to get in a call, answer the questions, connect with them, right? And just really help them.
It's way easier than emailing back 50 times.
Exactly.
And when they hear your voice and you can really describe it to them, and it's way better.
Absolutely. And plus, because you've been expanding your reach to new people online, right? And so that part is just, it's just something that's necessary. So I love that you've been running a Facebook ads campaign to your yoga nidra lead magnet, and that was something that I remember you creating inside the program. So for those of you who are watching, Ally created a piece of free content, or a freebie, and it was around yoga nidra meditation. And you never ran ads before outside of boosting ads, you were telling me, and you've been consistent at $5 a day. And I feel like people feel like they have to spend all this money. So how many people do you have signed up and added to your email list just from that campaign?
So I started running $5 a day, I think December, towards the end of December, I think. And and so there's over 1,000 opt-ins at this point from that ad.
Love it. And like people are sending you feedback.
I get like an email a day at least from people being like, thank you, like this, I'm an insomniac and this is like, this put me to sleep, and stuff like that. So it's really cool to be able to help all these random people that I've never met. It's really cool.
Well, let's go ahead and wrap up and talk about your current meditation challenge, which I just found out. So you spontaneously want to just put this meditation challenge out there, and you thought how many people were going to sign up just from a simple campaign?
I just sent it out on a whim with one of my I send out like a YouTube video every week, and I sent out my regular YouTube video, and I just kind of put an invitation in there and said, hey everyone, I'm going to start this challenge today, 10 days of meditation, and then, you can join if you want. And I thought 5 people were going to sign up. And so I thought it was going to be really easy and logistically like super mellow. And I just kind of wanted to give it a try. And today's day 4, and I think there's upwards of 75 people now in that. So it's really cool to be able to reach that many people at once, because in my studio, I can only have about 20 people. And I've always been in this situation, aside from teaching at Kripalu, which I've done a couple of times, with these big classrooms where you're able to teach to a lot of people, or sometimes I teach in outdoor situations with the mic and everything, and that you can reach a really big group of people. But other than that, those are like kind of special occasion type of things. Other than that, I've never really been able to reach such a large amount of people at one time, and to guide such a large amount of people at one time. So it's been really cool. I'm excited about it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
go ahead. I want to just hear what's next for you. Since it's, this has been so fun. Thank you, Ally. And just want to hear what's next, and when are you planning on launching your next offer or your next live retreat?
Yeah. So I'm really excited about planning my Costa Rica retreat for next year. So I'm down here currently right now and searching out a new location and figuring out the logistics for next year's retreat, because we did a lot of just sort of social posting and stuff like that when we were on retreat, and we've already got like a wait list of like 15 people that want to sign up for next year. So it's exciting. So I'm really excited about that. I think it might fill up right away, which is really nice. And then I'm currently learning about my Thinkific classroom. So getting all of my content in there for my online course, and then I want to do a little skinny launch or move through the course once with some friends and family or something like that, and just do something small and just teach myself that I can do it. And I think this meditation challenge has been helpful for that too. Like, okay, I can do this. I can lead a group in an online setting, and it can be really powerful for people. And I'm starting to see that. So yeah, I'm just really excited to get all of my content uploaded into that classroom and get past that one next little kind of hurdle of learning and yeah.
I love that. I love that you're birthing a brand new online offer out, and that I see the confidence in you that has been evolving since we've met, and it's just really nice to see. So thank you, Ally. Thank you for taking time out of your retreat in Costa Rica to have this conversation. And we'll talk soon.
Thank you for everything that you've taught me. Like really, it's I wouldn't be doing a lot of this stuff. So I'm really grateful for you.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. And I cannot wait. I mean, I feel like this is just the beginning for you, even though it's already been so amazing. So I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh,
bye, everyone.
Bye.